Hello, it's Master Gardener Julie Dorsers with the London Middlesex Master Gardeners, and today we're going to talk about seed starting. Now, not every vegetable or flower it needs to be started indoors. We're going to give you a list. Some seeds need a head start because of our long Canadian winters. There's several different methods to seed start in the house. I'm going to show you my method. One of the things that I do is I buy the Jiffy pots. You can buy these already. I have some from last year which I've washed with 9 parts water, one part bleach, and that's to get rid of any fungus. It also helps prevent mold, and it kills any pathogens. So it's really important if you use anything plastic to clean it beforehand. I also use these are from blinds, old blinds that I have, and I keep one set and I use them for markers. So I use these outside, and sometimes I use them depending how deep I can get it in there. So you can use whatever you have around the house. The Jiffy pellets, they come like this. They're kind of round and flat, and you throw them in the water, and I'll show you that in another video. You throw them in the water and you let them expand. Now the trick is to start your seeds. So I'm going to start basil. You put 1 seed in each container, and you can use several types of container. You don't have to use the Jiffy pellets. This is a yogurt container. As long as you put holes in it, wash it with bleach and water, you can use this. You could also use, this is a toilet paper roll, and what I've done is I've cut it. So you take your toilet paper roll, and I cut about 2 centimeters off the top because it's a little bit too tall, and then I make slices. And then you're going to fold it in. And the good thing about this is you're reusing something for one. Just push it down. There you go. So when you're using something like this, or if you're using an old container like this, or these you can put right in the garden. You can cut. So you're going to use the soil to put in there, and it's going to be this type of soil. So this is for seedlings and cuttings. It has more sphagnum peat moss in it, and it's really light and airy. It has more vermiculite in it. These are pots that I've purchased from Vessie's, and they're made of cow manure. So they've actually recycled cow manure. So if you're growing something this would be the second stage. First stage, you want to have a really small container because not every seed will germinate that you start. Some things will germinate better than others. So for example, tomatoes, these are cherry tomatoes, they will germinate much better than these unusual peppers. So take that into consideration, and that's why you need really small containers. I'm going to start with basil seeds. So basil needs to be started earlier, and basil's really great because it's an awesome herb, and it's also good to plant with your tomatoes because it goes with them. It helps with some types of bugs. So I like to plant basil around all my tomato plants in the garden. So I've soaked these Jiffy pots, so you can see this is got all puffy, and I've placed it in the little Jiffy container. And basil seeds are really tiny, so you may get a couple in one pellet, and that's okay. So I just kind of let it fall in. Now the idea with the Jiffy pellets is that you don't touch the seed as much. So now that this container, I'm going to cover it, I'm going to label it. This is all basil. So we'll see how many grow. So I'm going to put this in a dark spot that's warm, and I'm going to use a heat mat. So this heat mat, it helps your seeds germinate a little bit quicker. You don't need a heat mat, but it is important that you put this container with the cover, and you probably don't have to water it for a few days, and check it every couple days to see how it's doing. But if you put it on the heat mat, sometimes it can speed up the germination process. Seeds can remain viable for a long time if you keep it dry and in a non-frozen place. So I keep the seeds right in the packet. I just fold it over. You can put a little sticker if it helps, and I have a little bin that I keep with all my seeds, and you don't need that many basils, right? So you can either share them or you can just keep them for the next year.